try to make them happy. Try to make yourself happy with
Mhm.
them.
Make it to where they can make their own decisions.
Yeah,
You
like,
don't want them to be controlled by their peers or anything like that.
yeah.
I was raised by my grandmother. She had 7 to 10 kids of experience before me. I
Mm,
I'm the youngest out of all of them.
yeah.
Okay,
Eh,
and
yeah.
I was raised to think for myself and to hold myself higher or to a higher position than normal people, to where I want to treat other people the way I want to be treated, and also to keep keep in mind that I need to set an example for those that mess up. You know,
Yeah. And
you like.
speaking of parent, okay, wait, no, you finish. You finish.
Well,
I didn't realize you
you
were
go
going.
ahead. You go ahead.
Right, but basically, like I was saying, like, I want to basically be like a parent like my dad is, because I mean, he raised me and my brother. Like, he wasn't a single parent, but he was divorced, and he was
Oh
he was dating
shit!
my
Did he raise?
stepmom, and so he raised me and my brother without our biological mom, and I didn't know her until I was like 9, and I'm 14, so I've only known her for a couple years, and so I didn't know her, so I was raised by my dad, and basically what my dad was like, what I learned throughout my childhood is like, you gotta make your own decisions, you gotta do everything, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta basically kind of fend for yourself, like in the times that are hard, you gotta put other people, like, you gotta make sure they're fine, but
Mm-hmm.
also make sure you're fine at the same time. Put, don't put people before yourself sometimes, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I was raised to like do stuff like on my own and like
Yep.
I don't know. He just raised me really good, and I want to be like him when
I,
as a
I,
parent when I
I
grow up.
was raised to problem solve. Um, I do wish that there was one thing that I wish my grandmother would do or would have done to give me a sense of like more uh, and more what is pride? Not pride. It's not like I'm super shy, and so I hold to myself constantly.
Yeah,
I feel like she needed to find the best way to develop my my sense to, I guess, to have less uh, of that, you know,
yeah,
because it affects me even now. Like, I'm super shy, and like I'm going into the workforce, and that worries me that I'm not going to be able to work to
be
my
there for her.
fullest, you know.
Like, yeah.
uh, because I feel super shy, and I feel like I'm holding myself back being shy.
Mhm.
Because even when I'm working, like I'll problem solve and I already have the answer, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, do I say it? Do I say the
Yeah.
answer? Like, or should I wait until someone else says it? You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to be like the first one, and I don't want to be like the last one, but I'm
It's
super
basically
shy.
how you were like for math tests and stuff. Like, you never
Yeah.
wanted to look like you rushed and was the first one done. You always wanted to be like the second or third.
Mhm.
Like, you would like review it to make sure like it looks like you're working.
Mhm.
But yeah, I see where you're going because like I'm taking over for now, but
Yeah.
uh, from my perspective, I have social anxiety, so it's
Yeah.
really hard for me to talk to people, and like super
That's
hard to get to know new people
it's
because of
another
it.
thing right there. Yep. That's what I mean by shyness. It
Yeah.
affects in different ways.
Mine's just social. Like, I'm
Yeah.
fine with any other way, but just like people is so hard to get along with because like I can't introduce myself. I'm sorry, but if I meet you, you're gonna have to
Mhm.
talk to me first. Like, um, but it's gotten it was really good at one point because like my dad was basically teaching me to like stick up for myself and like talk, like say what's on my mind, which is on the previous story that I was saying is one of the main reasons I stuck up to that girl is because like I was like I can't let her like disrespect me and just not say anything. It's gotten too far. Like she's been doing it the entire year, so I'm just done with this. I just spoke what was on my mind, and half of that came because of my dad helping me with social anxiety. Which I mean, I'm a freshman, about to turn 15, and it's still really bad. I mean, I'm good at it when like I have like a job to do, and it's like, oh yeah, like I'm meant to do this. Like I think about like, what am I gonna like? If I'm walking into a building like, and I have to say something like, I was looking for my friend's dog a couple weeks ago, and oh my gosh, it was so hard to go into those businesses and ask if they've seen my friend's dog, but I knew like he loves that dog to the moon and back, and I'm like I can't go in there and not ask them, so I had to be like, okay, what am I gonna say? I'll be like, hey, have you seen a husky around here? Because my friend's missing it. And like I would just say that every time every time I was about to enter a store, and it was by myself, so it was even worse. And I mean, I got through every store. We eventually found him, hopefully. And like, I can come over it if I know what to say, and I just say it over and over again. But other than that, I will not talk to you. I'm sorry.
I mean that's understandable. I think anxiety is like the roughest part of life.
Yeah.
Because for me, especially whenever I'm working, especially as a mechanic, we're held to certain standards. As a mechanic, you have to have like certain things. One, you have to be social completely. You have to be able to communicate with the team.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to understand how parts work and how things happen. And my anxiety is more of like, is this right? Am I doing it right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I contact him for this? What do I do?
Yeah, like, do I get help? Like, do I problem solve? Do I... And, like, it just keeps running through your mind, and and, like, I'm pretty sure me and you both have ADHD, so it really doesn't help, like, thinking this, and then the ADHD kicks in, and it's, like, you're, like, kind of panicking.
Yeah. Which there are times where I'm, like, proud, you know, I'm, like, if I'm doing something, I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
It's like that day that we took apart the Lincoln, or, it was really fun. We were taking apart, we were enjoying ourselves. And it was just me and this one chick that I've gotten along really well with. And I had so much anxiety that all I would do was, like, certifications. And, which half the class wouldn't do certifications, and I would just sit in there just helping them, like, yeah, the answers would be this, you know. I wouldn't give it to them, but I would help them out, like, as in, well, if, like, the piston moves down, it has to pull in air and fuel to spark it, you know, like, I would give them the answers to help them, but also
you were kind of like hinting to the answer, sort of.
But which is what you're supposed to do. And, like, I think if I'm not a mechanic, I would be a great teacher, because if I have a class, like, first few days, I'm going to be, like, really quiet, and I'm not going to say much, but after getting to know, like, the students, they're, like, I would understand, and I would...
Yeah. And you'd be, like, the most hype teacher ever, because, like, you would get to know the students almost on, like, a personal level.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to...
You'd be the teacher that knows the gossip. That is the gossip.
Absolutely.
Like, you'd be
did
that
you hear
teacher.
what Mr. Potter did the other day? Like, he set
Like,
he
dude,
set some
like,
of the chemistry.
You'd have all the
fire.
girls. Nah, I'm playing. Bro, you'd be that band teacher all over again. Nah, I'm playing. Whoa,
Absolutely, bro. Clearly,
whoa!
bro.
You're already talking to a bunch of 14-year-olds. That case doesn't help you.
Stop.
No.
Like,
But okay, this may be a weird example of like, kind of like ADHD, kind of social anxiety. Like when I got my 4-wheeler wreck and got my got 28 stitches. Oh my gosh, dude, my ADHD was kicking in so bad that like I was sitting in the hospital bed for 2 hours. I
Mhm.
swear, for the first hour and a half, my legs, I could have freaking went into the sky. Like, I'm not joking. Like, my legs were shaking so fast, bro. I could have been a helicopter. I propelled off. Like, I was shaking
Mhm.
so bad because, like, I had so much energy. I was like, how did this happen? Why did this happen? Like,
Mhm.
what did I do wrong? Like, is my little brother okay? Because he was on there with me, which he was completely fine. And I was like, I was freaking out. They get all the negatives and like,
Mhm.
and then my mom saw because like we were already like 20, no, I'd say like 18 stitches in, and I was
Mhm.
like, dude, and I was like shivering. I was like almost on the crying point because like it didn't hurt, like I didn't feel it, but like I knew it inside of me. I was like, dude, I know I'm in so much pain, and I was like I was on the shivering cold crying point,
Mhm.
like, and then like talking to the doctor, telling them what happened,
Yeah.
dude, like that hit different. Like I was so embarrassed. Like I know there's been worse, like that's happened to people, but I was just so embarrassed that it happened.
It happened to you. Yeah. That's how
Yeah, and
I.
I was
That's
like,
it's
yeah.
just how things
And I mean, my social anxiety doesn't help with my
happen.
scar because like my scar, it was such a bad cut that it's like popped out. Like it's
Mhm.
never
Mhm.
going to like thin down and go into my skin. It's gonna be like bulged out, and it's really vibrant and like it's like I've gotten
Mhm.
so used to tucking my arm like near my body so people don't see it, and like it makes me look so shy because my arms are in, but I just don't want my arms to be out because then people are gonna be staring. So like one of the first couple days I had my stitches, uh, I went to a baseball game. Dude, I had 20 people looking at me at once. I swear, dude. Cause I mean, I had 28 stitches, 5 in my face,
Mhm.
23 in my arm. Like, what else are you meant to do? Not look? Like, I get where they're coming from, like why they're looking, but
Yeah.
like, please don't stare at me like dead stare, like
It
dead
gives
eye me,
it gives you anxiety. Yeah.
like yeah,
I
it's
know
like
exactly what you
I'm
mean.
trying to watch the
I
game.
felt that.
Please stop.
Which I I experienced something with my teacher or my automotive teacher, and it really made me think. Like this is like if I was a teacher, I would love to actually be like him. You know, I would love to be like him because
Hmm.
he would sit down with all the kids and he grew like a special connection with kids. Like all of us. Like for me, it was like D&D and stuff like that. He used to play D&D and like Rise of Kingdoms and stuff, like old
Yeah.
games, like really old games. And
Yeah.
so did I. And he also understood like all the other kids because they had like different things that they liked, and
They
which
had connections to
yeah,
him, like from his
like
past or present.
he would sit there and talk to them like friends, you know. Uh,
Yeah.
And of course, I understand like he is a teacher, but also that gets rid of so much anxiety for people. You don't understand.
Like
Like,
it helps you think like there are
mhm,
people that get me, like there are people that are like me,
mhm,
like
yeah,
I can overcome this, I can do it. But then you get on like after that class and you're like, dang, and it's just like shocks you at that
mhm,
point. It's like, you're basically speechless, clueless, like
yeah. It's like that day that I was in automotive and like I was in a team that I with a bunch of Mexicans. I'll say Mexicans because that's what they were. They were Mexican.
yeah, which
I can't
Mexican isn't racial.
I
Like
don't
it's
I
be
say
like
Mexicans because I don't know which Latino they were. You know, if they were like
yeah,
you
like
know like they were. There's different types of Mexicans. There's different like there's a variety.
yeah.
You know.
I know what you're talking about.
But
Hopefully they know what you're talking about.
yeah, I hope they understand what I'm talking about, or I'm
Yeah.
getting fucking canceled. Um,
Yeah.
but it's a Mexican is a race, and then there's different sub races to Mexican. Um,
Yeah.
Mexican is just how you generalize the all the sub races together.
Yeah.
But whenever like I was in this group and I was just with like I was with three of them, you know, I didn't have a group, and so I had to be placed with them, and I don't
Mhm.
know any Spanish except for like uno dos The rest
I'm guessing they
was,
were foreign,
you know,
foreign
no,
students.
no, they were from America. They could speak English, but they wouldn't speak English.
Hmm.
They just wouldn't.
Weird.
And I was trying to, like, they could understand me talk, but I couldn't understand them talk. So whenever they would ask for something, like, I was like, what? Then they would change to English, tell me to grab something. Because they would talk to themselves.
They were kind of like teasing you a bit, like they were trying to joke with you,
Yeah.
basically.
I'm like,
Which
well, no,
sometimes
it
is
wasn't
aggravating.
joking. They did that with everybody. They would sit there and talk within their group, you know? They would talk in Spanish within their group, and I'm so, like, it kind of pissed me off, but also, like, I could understand. Like, they're the only Mexicans in the class, and they want to talk to them
Which-
white selves.
Which, speaking in your language with the all American class is like basically being like, I am who I am. Like I
Yeah.
am the race I am. Like I am
But
proud to
also,
be it.
if you're in an all English-speaking class and
Yeah.
you're speaking Spanish and you are part of a team that speaks English, you don't need to be speaking Spanish to, like.
Yeah, it
white
kind of
people.
aggravates the other people. Like I hope they learn that or learned that.
Because for one, I was trying to dismantle an engine, and they were talking in Spanish, and I couldn't. Like, I heard the word down, and then they were cranking down on the crankshaft on the inside propeller on the inside of the engine, and I'm saying a different word than what it is because my brain's not working at the moment, but they cranked down on it and it spewed oil all over me. I'm like, fuck. Like they weren't like they were like, we were warning you, dude, and I'm like, all I heard was down, and I'm like you were pushing down on the crankshaft. I thought you emptied the oil, you know. This is a team that I just got a part of, and like I was teamed up with them because they were down in, and I was like I didn't have a group, so they. Oh shit, my thing keeps on ending video clip. I think that's gonna be it for us. Okay.
Alright, so
Yep.
get fucked, bitch. That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
fuck, bitch.
I love how the instant changes.
Yep. Like my fucking thing wouldn't change. Like I kept on like pressing record and it was just like. Nah.
Yeah, so you're probably gonna have to end that story and then just like commentary over it.
Yep.
Just like edit out that last part and then commentary over it.
Yep.
Be like, hey, this is like after recording my thing shut off or like stopped. Just basically tell. Was that already an hour? Nah,
60 minutes.
that was great. Nuh-uh. Ain't no
60
way.
That
We were
was
already
a
like
full
5
recording.
minutes into the game. That's crazy. Well, that's your new podcast.
Yep, that's a new podcast.
That's your podcast episode.
That's my
We
podcast.
weren't even planning on it. It just
No.
happened.
It just happened. But just to finish that story where I was where I left
Yeah.
off, like I was so pissed at them because they wouldn't tell me what they were saying, you know.
Yeah, which they probably
Like,
thought it was
until
funny.
it was like done and over with. Like they said we were warning you to like move because we were cranking down on the shaft and we didn't empty the oil. And I'm like, bro, you said so many words and all I caught was the word down in your language. Do you think I speak Spanish? I'm like, no, that's the fun
Don't speak
part. I'm
Taco
like,
Bell.
bro.
Go like, I don't speak Taco Bell, dumbass.
Well, I mean, that would get me kicked out automatically.
I'm just saying.
Like, I'm not kidding.
In our friend
I'm
group,
dead.
that's funny.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, you fucking bitch. I was trying so hard not to curse at you for all these jukes.
I know.
Dude.
I
I was thinking in my mind, like, God damn it. Because I was just trying to play it like it was just a playthrough. Like, I was basically trying to play it like this was a pre-recorded,
yeah.
like this gameplay was pre-recorded, basically. So I was trying to play it, bitch.
I know.
But then there were a couple slip-ups that we were like, danging it or something.
Yeah. It's like whenever I pulled it out of your goal
Yeah.
Like, I was pushing it through your goal, and then I stopped and used my ability to pull it out.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh!
Okay, but
Yeah.
there's one thing I was thinking. You referenced something, and it brought up something about my scar, dude.
Um,
Um,
it was anxiety, and you were talking about how like
yeah, but there was
anxious
something else
having
I
a
had to
scar.
say after it. I was gonna let you finish the uh, Mexican story,
Yeah.
or however you want to label that story. But okay, the scar activates like ADHD sometimes because I'll just like
Mhm.
mess with it because like it's a lump on me and like it
Yeah.
distracts me from like goals I have and stuff I want to do and like
Mhm.
conversations mainly.
Yeah. I mean, I completely understand that because it's when you have like defects on your face, it's hard to get past them, especially when
Hmm.
it's not your original look. You don't feel comfortable with how you look in that regard.
Yeah.
Which also, I just want you to keep in mind, majority of people don't feel comfortable however they look or whenever, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm just saying like I'm fine with myself. It's just showing the
Mm-hmm.
scars is a little iffy,
Motherfucker.
bitch. But
Yeah.
oh, I wish you had my mother on Facebook, dude. Cause she has a photo of me in the hospital bed, and
Mm-hmm.
like I'm smiling and I'm all happy. But dude, inside, I swear, like my brain, all I was thinking was, dude, I know this hurts. I'm in like, I'm shivering, I'm freezing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't feel my knees. Cause like my knees were busted, dude. That entire day, I swear they were 1,000 pounds.
Did we both just?
Yep.
That's fun.
But like, dude, it was so bad. I had to get my brother to help me sit down in a car. Because I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I was getting in. I'm like, Brandon, if I don't get help, I'm going to fall. I mean, like, every time I spoke, like, my voice would shiver because I was like, I swear I was about to cry every time I talked. I don't know why. Like, I didn't feel the pain. It's just like, it hit me so hard. Oh, the thing I was gonna say was, I was gonna get us into another topic of PTSD.
Oh yeah, PTSD.
Because, dude, I hate gravel roads now. Like, I can't deal with gravel roads. We'll go on one, and dude,
Mm-hmm.
I swear, I get freaked out, bro. It's because, like, I got, that's where it happened, was a gravel road. And, like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I always think the negatives now on gravel roads. I'm like, dude, something's gonna happen.
You would
We could
not
go
like
off.
my place then.
I was like, dude, we could go off the street. We could hit that pole right there. We could hit that. We could do
Mm-hmm.
that. Like, it's like I basically have PTSD now. Yeah, I was trying to stop it.
Yeah.
And it's bad. I mean,
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
even
that is
done.
completely understandable. Having PTSD for like an experience that you've had. There's one experience that I have, which I don't let it stop me. I don't let my PTSD stop me. Uh, because whenever I was with my mom, whenever she died, uh, I was
Yeah,
in
I
the
remember.
car, and when my dad shot her, I was there. Um,
Yeah.
it's
Bitch.
it gunshots even now they shake me. Even whenever I fire anything over a 22, it kind of shakes me up.
Bitch. Yeah.
Um, and so whenever like I had to wear like certain
No,
equipment
no,
just so it
no.
doesn't feel that way. Oh my god, that would have
We
been
double,
perfect
we
payback.
double hit it, and then I thought it was going back in line. Bitch. Thank you.
All right.
But yeah, I get that. I mean, I don't let my PTSD stop me. It
Mhm.
just freaks me out.
Yeah,
Cause
it
like,
does freak you out because even whenever I'm shooting, I was shooting a. People are gonna love this one. It was, what is that gun that you have to put your thumb in and you get that it's I'm trying to think what it is. M1 Grand, that's it, M1 Grand. I was shooting an M1 Grand that my grandfather owns, and it, like, the sound is unforgettable. It really is. But like whenever I shot it, it freaked the hell out. Like my hands were shaking. You could hear it. You know, you could see it. How I was acting, and I mean, I still love it, and I'm gonna shoot it again. You know, that's just it.
Yeah, it's a passion for guns. Like you can't let, like, I get it to your parents dying and your dad
Yeah.
did it. I get that, but you can't really let that stop your passion of guns. You
Well,
know,
I mean,
like,
I've told my family members what happened between my parents has nothing to do with me, and
yeah.
it's just, you know, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Oh no, my friend just is texting me.
Okay. School, because
It gets
kinda
freaky
weird.
sometimes. It gets freaky sometimes.
It's because like
How
everyone
have you
knows
been
them, and
doing
it's
since
like,
we talked about no one 3-word answer. No one no 3-word answers. Okay. Oh damn. Okay.
the fuck? Did you have punch or something? How'd that go in?
Nope. Wait. Alright, I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Okay guys, thank you for watching this. I very appreciate it, and the screenshots on screen are of my last live stream, so go and watch that, and please enjoy. Bye guys.